with the architecture call, how many jacks did you get?
I spent 1 to succeed to find it,
Okay.
but I'll spend more.
You can,
Um,
you know what?
oh,
We're doing a one shot. We have a limited window of time. How many jacks would you like to succeed? How many jacks would you like to spend?
I'll spend 3.
Okay. Um, Spinning 3 jacks. What you see is on the far wall, he has a blanket over the wall that looks like it was a Union blanket that he must have used in the war to keep warm. Pushing it to one side, the paneling behind it looks a little awkward, and you're able to figure out a complex code of like moving this panel to here to there to left to right, and part of the wall pops open. And inside, it's a safe is securely and beautifully placed in the wall, hidden, and it is locked.
Okay. Is that something I could easily pick?
If anyone would care to make me a lockpick roll, that will also count as a safe cracking for this.
Who amongst us, whomst amongst us, would be the best at that?
I have 48.
It's better than me.
Get your
Yeah, I've got a
to answer
50
your
in
question.
lockpicking. We
It's
can
better than
tag each other in and out. I can say there's some engineering to do upstairs.
there's something here.
Bo, as you've proven yourself to be more scoundrel-like, Bo, I will even let you have a lockpick set that will give you a plus 10% to your skill.
In that case, I'm going
Just
to
from how
come
you played the
trotting.
character.
Yes, I'm going to come trotting down the stairs, unaware of what's going on down here, of course, and say, "Oh, cat dear, there's some kind of transmission device upstairs. You might want to have a look at. What's that? You're
Let's do things
probing?"
one at a time, because in case something happens like what just happened and Cat shudders, we
Yes.
should maybe be together. But there's a safe here, and I'm not.
Oh, well, never mind. Yes, never mind. The telegraph machine upstairs, a safe, should be.
No, we can do that in a
center of all of
second,
our
but-
attention. Exactly. Yes, I extract my lockpick set with more speed than I draw a gun. Quite frankly, it is second
Amazing.
nature to me to withdraw a series of small hooks and wires. Do excuse me. I tip my hat again. Got to do a bit of dirty work now. And it would be very embarrassing if I fail. But, you know what? I'm going to risk it. I've got a jack still, but I will risk it. That's a good roll. And this is a double. So I get an 11. Under 50, I believe that means something, doesn't it, Chris?
That is an ace success, Matthew. That
Nice.
as you essentially put your pin in and turn, and the entire safe pops open. It looks as if no one has touched the safe. If you could carry it, you could use it at whim going forward. But it's a fucking safe and it's heavy as shit.
I blow off the end of my lockpick as if it were a smoking revolver, twirl it on my finger, and slide it back onto my belt.
You are
That was
definitely
very well done. I say in the way only a kindergarten teacher can.
Lola is full of awe and envy, and you're gonna have to teach me that trick.
Well, I know my way around a few locks, Lola, and
Inside.
I have no conception. I am oblivious to Cat's scorn or patronization. I do a bow with a flourish.
Oh, it was sincere. It was not intended to be sarcastic in any way. It was genuinely sincere.
In that case, my bow is delivered doubly sincerely.
Inside, you find a stack of papers. There's some other documents. There also appears to be something that looks like a lighter and a photo. I have dropped the photo into the chat. People that are curious.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, Bo, you have access to all of it. Like, you can pick up the photo, you can pick up the files, you can pick up the documentation. It's up to you.
Well, I'm not going to look at all of them myself. Rather, I will take them and then start handing them around the group if the rest are present, so that we can all get a sight of what we're looking at here. I'll pass the photo on to Lola, as Lola knows people. See if she knows who this is. I'm guessing that is Thomas on the right. Lola will hopefully be able to educate us.
Lola, you recognize the millionaire inventor Shane James Bryant, who resides somewhere in Massachusetts, and he's shaking the hand of President Wade.
Oh,
That was a photo probably from like a year or so ago. It was all over the newspaper.
Well, my goodness, what is he doing with a picture of the millionaire inventor James Bryant with the president?
maybe these papers will tell us. I will pass the stack of papers to Kat, who, frankly, Bo finds reading at length thoroughly tiresome.
Kat,
I
even
will
before you
start.
can make it upstairs, Bo has called you back downstairs for help. He called you upstairs for help, and then he calls you downstairs for help.
I failed to bring
I
my
will
reading
start.
glasses.
I'll start leafing through the papers.
The first stack appears to be formal letter to something called the Order of Demetrius. That name is not 100% correct, but I don't know where my note is right now. And it is a request to formally have the four of you join the order.
I'm
And it
sorry,
has
can you
each of
repeat
your
that?
names listed. The first document is a request to the Order of Demetrius to have the four of you officially join the order. It has each of your names, it has your occupations, it has where he met you, it also has the circumstances in which he thinks you'd be helpful for the order. And this is a copy of it. Looks like the original's already been sent off. And it's dated last year. Like maybe a day or two after you received the initial letter to meet him. The next appears to be a fake ID. In fact, the business card that you found is his alternate identity for an assessor's office that's in Galveston. And the rest of the documents all appear to be like ancient ledgers from ships that have been ships operating out of Galveston over the past 200 years. It's like a collection of different ledgers he's tried to like put together.
This alternative identity, what's the name on it? Is this... oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's a name on the business card that Kat found earlier under a desk that looks like it was
Lucian
close to the fire but wasn't burned.
Lucian
Lucian
Wright.
Wright.
Yeah.
Now it looks like he just... Go ahead.
Does the name of the order ring any bells?
Can someone make me a history roll?
Ooh,
Sure.
I don't think that's me.
Scholar history.
Ooh.
29 under 56.
For some reason, it's named after like the Great Library of Alexandria. I'm dropping a note in the chat for the players right now that will give them the actual name because I found it in my document. And so they'll have a reference point. And for listeners, I'm actually not using Roll20 today, which feels weird for me because I've gotten so used to using Roll20 to do these things. And I'm just vamping for time as they're reading notes, as they're staring at me, wondering when I'm going to stop talking because I'm pulling a David Lynch. I'm just going to keep taking up space and time and not giving anyone else a chance to say anything. It may go on and on for all. Damn it, man. What are you all doing?
2x4s. Okay, if we are done with... if we're done with paperwork, I re-examine the safe. There is a mote of disappointment when Bo cracks a safe, especially when Bo cracks a safe so well. He's always
Don't forget,
disappointed if there's no currency in there.
there was a lighter-sized object.
Well, in that case, I will pick up the lighter-sized object. I'm not intending on robbing the dead. I prefer to rob the living. But what does this lighter look like? Is there an engraving on it? There often is.
It is completely just golden with no engravings or anything. There looks to be a couple buttons on it.
Holding it away from me, because I'm not too familiar with these lighters. I've heard of them. I understand they're in use in the big cities, have been at a guess for the last 40 years or so, based on the research of one of our players. But I still prefer a matchbook. So I'll hold it away from myself and push one of these buttons, see what happens.
Well, it takes a really big step back.
Which Matthew, which direction is the lighter pointed? Like the actual part where the flame would come out, where is that pointed?
Let's point it toward the fireplace. It seems the safest place to contain a fire.
When you push the button and point it towards the fireplace, we'll say that you're a good 15 feet away from the fireplace to give you a point of reference. When you push it, push the button, it's almost like you feel a whoosh of air, and there's a chair that's maybe 5 feet from you that is pushed nearly into the fireplace.
Ooh.
Mm.
I let go of the button, or do I have to press the alternative button to make it stop?
When you let go, the chair stops moving.
Well, that was unexpected. Did you
That
see
is
that?
indeed strange.
This device may. well, I never.
That's fantastic.
Bo, you do notice it originally had a very high gold sheen. The gold sheen is a little bit less, but still there.
Oh, that's disappointing. I'm going to quickly bite it between my teeth. Is this golden or is it gold?
It's golden.
Well, in that case, I'm less disappointed.
You bite the button, it blows in your face.
I'm not. I may be greedy, but I'm not stupid.
I know you're not. No, you're not.
Okay, and so we know
Should
there's
we-
2 buttons on there. Have I tried
Should
the
we go-
second one?
You have not.
In that case, holding it away from me again, pointing it toward the fireplace again. Let's see if it has the opposite effect. Does it draw the chair closer?
It's like you playing in a role-playing game. The chair, in fact, comes closer back towards you.
Nevertheless, despite the fact that effect was slightly anticipated, it's still something Bo has never experienced before, and so I take several steps back in surprise. I almost drop the lighter at that, but stop myself. This is like some kind of traction device, like a pulley system. It pushes and it pulls. But how, Kat? You're the expert on these
I don't
things.
know. I've never seen anything quite like this. This is very strange. I don't know where one would get something like this.
James?
I still outside? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're still outside.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
What
why I've been
happened
very
to
quiet. I've not been here.
I was so confused by your silence, Eddie. I didn't know what to do with it.
It seems like James took that diving into the sea suggestion seriously.
Goodbye.
What are you doing outside? You've sort of pieced that together. You're pretty sure there's nothing else you can see that's around here, especially now that it's maybe 8 or 9 at night.
So I imagine James is looking around. He's very on edge. He's a gunslinger. His nerves are wired tight, and then suddenly he hears something slam into a fireplace in the house. So he bursts into the door, the gun, as he sees a chair floating back towards Bo, and it's like, oh, everything okay?
James, would you make me a no test? So a trait test. So essentially rolling a d20, trying to get under your no score.
No score. Knowledge. That is a 12 over an 8, so no. No to no.
You know, Artemis used to do something with stuff like that, but who really knows? Who pays attention to him anyway?
Whatever. It's science, sort of.
It's
James,
what?
Can I
you'll
at
be
least, can I at least
astounded by
Science.
what this does.
can I at least deduce that like this is in the same vein of the weird gadgets that I work with?
Yes, I'll give you that.
Okay. All right. Oh, that looks like some of the stuff that Artemis makes for me.
That kook that you still spend
I
time with.
wouldn't call him that. I mean, but he makes
That
some
no,
really
no, that is exactly what you have called him before. That's why I use the term.
not I may
I
have had a
think
couple of drinks,
yes,
but
I
no,
think
I mean
you
that definitely seems to be advanced science, I guess.
well, I suppose Artemis isn't anywhere near Galveston.
No. If he was here, he's probably on the train still, honestly.
Well, you would be amazed to discover that this lighter, I won't use it again because it seems every time I do, the burnish dissipates a little, can exert a dramatic physical pull on an item, but conversely can push it away. I will have to
Where'd you
try
find
that with my next wife.
it? Where'd you find it at?
In the safe. It must have been something of Thomas's or something he acquired.
Safe was just open like that?
No,
Seems
it
weird.
was hidden.
Oh, it's
It
hidden.
was
But
hidden,
unlocked.
but it revealed
I mean,
itself to me.
we wouldn't break into our dead friend's safe, would we?
Our dead friend
Well,
who
they-
had summoned us, telling us and begging us to protect, trying to convey
Yeah.
information.
Yes,
That's fair.
It's
Yes,
not
thank
at
you,
that
Gad.
point. I think it's not breaking in. It's trying to receive the information that he was trying
and
to
our friend
share.
who disintegrated into a mulch of worms, lest we forget. I cross
I'm
myself.
really,
I shudder
really
again.
trying to forget that, actually. But that's fair. No, it feels weird.
Lola,
God, I
you are
think
quite
there's a
certain.
lot weird going on here. You gotta catch up.
Yeah,
Lola,
no,
you're quite
I'm
certain
doing it.
whatever that lighter is, it is definitely not magic. You know that for a fact.
So what's upstairs? Have we checked upstairs yet?
Yeah, I was going to
There's
say, Bo, you said there's something upstairs.
some kind of transmission device, like a telegraph, but not the kind I've ever seen before. I understand they do things slightly different in the Dakota territories. Maybe it's one of their telegraph machines. You should have a look.
Maybe. I thought I've had some specialized communication devices. I can go give it a look.
Please, after there's no danger up there. I even checked under the bed.
That's good to know.
Once
had
again,
my gun out
there is no
anyway.
light upstairs. Do you bring the lantern from downstairs to upstairs?
Is there just one lantern in the house? But
Like
Yeah, I think that's a
cowards,
good
we
idea.
could all go upstairs together.
is everyone
I mean, I want to go see this weird telegraph because I'm just
okay? Yeah,
looking for.
it's all good.
I want there to be more weird stuff.
Well,
All
so
right.
far we're seeing
Great.
The four of you, as Bo says, like cowards, go upstairs. And the light shining over the room, the bed has like a layer of dust on it, like it hasn't been slept in weeks. There appears to have been someone up here recently. The telegraph that Bo referenced is a small telegraph device. You've never seen a telegraph that small before. And it looks like there is a telegraph cable that might have been running to Galveston that has been either pulled or tapped into that now is connected also to this smaller telegraph machine. Now there's more light. You can see that the line comes through the window that's on the second floor directly to this machine. And most
Given
telegraphs that
that,
you've seen before are probably twice the size of this. And there's more cords and wires and connections.
given that we
So-
have several maps of Galveston now, and we have a sense of what direction this cord is going in, can I make at least a reasonable guess as to where this cord might land in Galveston?
It looks like this is just the main. It appears, with all of you here with more light, that your friend Thomas hijack part of the telegraph signal. The main cord itself still goes to Galveston, which would provide telegraphing services that
Oh,
Galveston can use to go
this is the
everywhere else.
splice. This is the splice.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
So I'm making an inference here, but it would seem that perhaps Thomas was involved with Shane James Bryant. Something in about receiving access to new inventions, new technology, possibly. Does that seem
Well,
like
that
a fair
would-
assumption?
That seems like a good working hypothesis.
Does anyone show James a photo?
Yes, yeah. But I think we would fill in James on all of the documents and everything downstairs.
James, you remember that event because you were there as part of presidential security. That is when the president met Shane Bryant because they were trying to get him to provide more government contracts after the war to help them do some different work. That was early 1867.
Yeah, I remember that, and then tell everyone else all those details. That was just last year. What is this Order of Demetrius?
Not a
think,
clue.
No, I can't say my knowledge of the Library of Alexander is terribly voluminous.
I am
Both
shocked to hear
in-
that, though.
Both in his telegraph and with his dying words, Thomas told us that the order is in peril.
Right.
And I don't know what the order does.
Oh, do we have an address on the letter where the letter was sent to the order?
You do not.
Okay.
But Thomas, in
Darn.
case I garbled it, Thomas did stress that there is something greater here now than his original mission. And he asked you to stop it. I was having a lot of fun with the worm, so I may have garbled that part. So I apologize.
And it did, and it does seem we have been signed up as members of this order.
Yeah. Everything
But
with
we have
blood
no
or
information
hanging
about
from
it, which makes it
threads.
tricky. There was nothing in his coat, right? Other than
No.
worms.
Other than worms.
Yeah. You are welcome to rummage through it
Cat?
if you want.
No.
There are, in fact,
No.
keys that you would assume to be to an office.
Okay.
So
I
there you
will
go.
make sure those are nice and worm free, but I will take his keys.
In this day, is it relevant that I understand what an assessor does? What would that front make Thomas? What would that give him access to? What doors might that open?
Do any of you have anything related to bureaucracy or business or?
What would that be under?
It's scholar position, I would guess.
I'm double checking to see because for people that are curious, I've also gone back and I've streamlined the character sheets because this is Haunted West maybe 1.5. Because as a
Yeah.
designer, I'm never happy and I keep noodling until I can't noodle anymore because noodling's done. If you would either make me a negotiation, a scholar, or because I'm feeling generous and I think people may have it, a skullduggery roll because I'm feeling a little evil this afternoon.
I have scholar accounting. Oh, I have
I'll count
54% in skullduggery. I'll roll that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
70%, so I'll go for it. I am a
Scholar.
skulldugger extraordinaire.
James is not great at that.
Now, if you remember watching the old Waldo West, Eddie, James is good with like 3 things:
Right.
guns, his fist, and a Bondian implement that I will not say on this podcast today.
Right. He his idea of a cover story is he changes his last name occasionally.
Yes. He's no George Lazenby for disguises.
God no.
Sorry, what did
Say
the rest of you make?
acrobat. I failed.
I also
I
failed.
was at 22 under 56.
There we go.
Nice.
Note your jacks, but you do know that
I do.
assessor's going to deal more with sort of land acquisition and things like that in this right now in this
Okay.
area.
Right.
Which would also line up somewhat to the different ship logs and manifests that you found in there, because they're linked more to areas where they were located land-wise.
Okay.
But the logs also all seem to date back from 1600 all the way up to about 20 years ago. None of them are current.
Okay. Interesting. So, is our next bet then going to be to go to his office?
Yeah, that would seem the next logical step.
There's
We
nothing
should
else in the
note
house.
that
Okay.
he was. Sorry, I was just going to mention that there was a fight here last night, and several men. I couldn't get an exact number. Looks like they came from Galveston. But it was strange. They specifically came to the front door, and also at least some of them were using musket balls, ancient weapons. I don't know why they're using such old weapons and why they were tactically going for the worst door. So something odd with what happens here in that conflict. So we
So we're
should.
doing a lot of things that
Yeah.
are linking to the past here. We've got the
Yeah.
library at Alexandria. We've got.
That's why I bring it up. But also, it's clear that there are people with violent intent. If it wasn't abundantly obvious, but they're probably still around and maybe watching his old office. So if we do go there, we should be very careful.
What we have to wonder is what became of them. Not if necessary. Obviously, they may well be waiting in ambush for us, but if they encountered Thomas while he was wormy, to coin a phrase, is it possible they have become infected with the same malady, or did they pass it on to him?
I'm not sure. Certainly, they were not. I was about to say they're not on the losing ends of it, but it's only because I didn't see any bodies dragged away nor blood out there. But
My suggestion would be that if we engage these miscreants, we don't do it hand to hand. I don't want someone exploding in worms over my cotton threads.
yeah, it's probably a good idea.
And Thomas was cursed, and the cursed was an ancient curse.
Okay. So he may have been cursed by the people who attacked him. No, it was ancient curse, so it'd be long before then.
100 to 200 years old, maybe.
Yes, but
Is a
someone
type
can
of
learn
ritual
something.
and curse.
Yeah, someone can learn something that's quite old and enact it today, James. Just because a curse was invented 200 years ago doesn't mean that's the only time you can get it. Surely you've heard of long-bottled whiskey, for example, or barreled wine, or vice versa.
I would love some wine right now.
It would go well with the red all over your coat.
Please do not remind me about the codes. I keep trying to forget it. All right, we should go into Galveston, especially before we lose too much light.
Yes, Chris, is it daylight? Dark? Oh, no, it was getting dark, wasn't it? So is it night?
It's around 10 to 10:30 p.m. that evening.
Okay, so yeah,
And
very
you do
dark.
know, since the rail line has been washed away by the storm last year, the only way to get to Galveston from Virginia Point is by ship. So the ships would have a very certain rotation and time they'd go on, and it would not be 10 or later at night.
30.
Right.
Then we should find a place to hole up before the ship starts.
Well, logic would dictate this household is the safest place. I'm
They've
also
already been
aware
here.
that there are curse parasites crawling around. How are the worms, by the way? Because the ones that were basically brushed off to the floor, have they just shriveled up and died now? Disappeared between the floorboards?
The
Or still
floor
wriggling?
appears to be clear of any worms, as if they'd never existed at all.
Fascinating.
Weirdly, that is more concerning than just having dead worms around.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Well,
Yeah,
let's hole up here
All that
and
easier.
and see whether Thomas kept a bottle or two of something in his kitchen.
Very well. We should talk about a watch rotation then.
Oh, that as well.
When you search through Thomas's kitchen, you do see that he has a couple bottles of wine. He has a couple bottles of whiskey, that appear to be half filled. Well, the whiskey's half filled. The wine bottles are unopened. The food in the fridge. Sorry, fridge. The food that's there. I was totally different decade for a second. The food that's there seems to have been now mostly rotten, as if it
Yeah.
hasn't been touched or eaten in weeks or updated.
No, and well, knowing that these worms respond poorly to alcohol, but likewise knowing that it's quite possible curses, just like poisons, can be passed on through drink, I'm going to give these bottles half drunk of whiskey a sniff first, just to make sure they are alcohol and not some drugged concoction.
With your fine nose, these are excellent bottles. You're guessing they're Kentucky whiskey that have been aged too, like perfectly aged.
Woody.
And
I was
there's
half expecting
there's
you
a
to say
one in the
there's tequila.
cabinet that appears to be a very old, very fine bottle of Texas bourbon.
Well, I will be taking that one out to my saddlebag and sharing the Kentucky slop with everyone else.
Wow.
I
And
don't.
go
Go
for
ahead.
it.
I don't remember. Did we leave the horses at the gate or did we bring them in to the house?
They're at
Left
the
at the
gate,
gate.
last I heard.
They left
I'd
them.
like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring them in closer to the house and water them if there's a pump somewhere, and just generally check on them and provide for them since we're going to stay the night.
Okay. When you
Yeah.
go out to the pump to use it, it looks like the pump hasn't been used in weeks, but it does start to work after you put a little elbow grease into it.
Great.
Yes,
I'm
Um,
gonna
for weeks.
water
He
the
hasn't-
horses, and then I'm gonna fill a bucket and wipe my face off and my neck off. Try to get some of the dust of the travel off of me.
Since
And
you did
maybe
go
just
around the
a little-
back and you went specifically where the pump is, you do see there is now a dead horse in the back that was probably Thomas's horse that looks like it died of starvation.
Okay, that's. She says a little prayer.
yeah, as is the way with these things, Chris. We've seen one of our closest friends dissolve into a pile of worms, and yet I feel deeply more sad about the dead horse.
In many ways.
True.
Yes,
true.
so and my character as well. But I will announce I've got dinner for all, and put the bottles on the table.
Just what I was hoping for.
I think the
Your
wine will
night-
be a bit chewy.
Your night passes uneventfully. Next morning, you can easily book passage on one of the steamers going over. It's maybe like $1 per person.
I assume we're allowed to take our horses on the steamer. They've got a
Yes.
yeah.
So it's $1. It's your horse, all your gear, anything you want to bring.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So we have a narrative amount of money.
All of you have a die roll worth of money. So if everyone, I think they're on your. If you look on your Google document, I think is what it is. I think Ariel and James get to roll 1d6 dollars
too.
of cash, and Kat rolls 2d6. Bo rolls 46.
I've got 44,
Wow.
which is significantly less impressive.
Make it 46 because I like the sound of it now because I'm running the game. And Bo has been entertaining. So
So he gets
Kat,
richer with the more training he gets. That sounds about right.
Yes.
That's there's
Eddie,
no
that is how
experience in a one
entertainment
shot.
works.
Yeah.
Kat, can you roll 2d6 for me? That's how much cash you have. Can both Lola and James roll 1d6? That's how much cash you have. And once again, Bo gets a staggering 46 because he's entertaining.
I
Okay.
rolled my lucky darker hue d6, and I got the darker hue.
Nice.
That's a 6.
Nice.
That's a 6, baby.
I have $2.
I
I
have
I
a
need half
question.
of that money for you, James.
I have a question
Yes,
about
Sarah.
Galveston.
Yes. Beautiful.
I am curious about us gathering more information about the order. So there's something about time and Metropolis. Would there be a newspaper that might have published stories on the order? I don't know. Is there a place where, like, what's the 1868 equivalent of a library?
There there are libraries. There are also newspapers. There's everything there. But given the fact that none of you'd heard of it, Kat hasn't heard of it, who has like a background in history, and it was under a lock and key in a safe that was hidden that took a stroke of luck to find, it is
Okay.
unlikely that is information that'll be easily
And he
attainable.
said something about it being secret too, didn't he?
Yes.
Did he? Oh, fine.
And there are no symbols on anything at all. They look
Would
utterly mundane, almost like irritatingly mundane.
in research on James Bryant be helpful?
Are you asking me or are you asking your group?
Yes.
Because if you ask me, I would say, sure, if you think so. Your group
we're
may have
in a-
more specific information.
Since we're in a city, I'm trying to best use resources and cover our bases.
Well, I'm busy counting my 21 whole dollars, and I will look up.
Well, look who's
up
Mr.
some of-
Moneybags.
I'm sure I can foot you a nickel.
Bo, there are people gambling on the ship as it takes an hour really to get over there. They're not playing your fancy games. They're just rolling dice, old school.
Well, I can lower myself, but as I'm considering blowing this $21, I'm going to say this Shane Bryant figure definitely needs in-depth research. If he's down this far south, and there was a photograph of him, I'm sure he had something to do with this, or at the very least, our friend Thomas was interested in him.
I have a research of 30. I don't know how that
Okay.
compares to others.
So-
while we're in town and you all go to his office, I'm happy to go chase that down if I'm the best suited for
I
it.
have a research of 66, so I'm happy
That-
to come help.
Talking about.
I have an 8%, so I would be terrible at that.
Once
We
again,
all bring different
you all
things to the
have
party.
specialties.
No,
Yeah,
totally,
bring a
absolutely.
different
This is not my mag. I shoot things. I punch them.
I do homework.
We love you for it.
I know.
All right, as you're going over, I just need to know, Bo, are you gambling or are you just gonna move along
Oh,
with the
I'm
rest of your team?
gambling. Come on, I mean,
Come on.
There are 4 people there.
dice
Like,
cards. I can even be pushed to play a game of chess if it's a long journey.
what you've noticed, even from Virginia Point, even aboard the ship, the eclectic mix of people in the Galveston area are from all over the world. It could be because it's a big port city, but whatever it is people from everywhere. You have a bunch of accents aboard the ship, walking around, even playing gambling. There looks to be someone from possibly from China. There's someone over there that could be from Mexico, and they're all gambling right now together. There's a group of about 4 people. 2 male presenting dudes and 2 femme presenting people, all they're gambling. And they look up at you, Bo. One of them seems to be on a hot streak. He's got like a pile of nickels in front of him. You're guessing that entire pile is like $3. It's a massive pile. They're excited about it. It's like, what you got, fancy pants?
Well, while I would hate to push my luck in such esteemed waters, I was wondering if I could join in a few dollars of my own.
Dollars? Oh, look at this guy over. And someone takes out a crumpled dollar. That dollar's seen more wear and it's wet and soggy, and they slap it on the deck and it goes as it hits. Other people slide nickels up.
You know, there's a part of Bo Maverick that very few people get to see, and it is that his love of gambling outweighs his love of winning. And what he loves most of all is seeing gamblers play with the spirit of the game. They're not playing angrily, they're not desperate, they're not in tears when they lose. They're playing because they love it. And in games like that, he's not playing to win, he's playing to enrich the pot. so that people get into it, so their passions flare. I don't need to win this game, so I'll put a dollar in because I know whoever's going to win it's going to make their day.
Oh, love it.
Very
We'll take a
nice.
beat. So that night, everyone on your character sheet, you have recovery rating. For those of you that lost lucidity from the horror of that, you get back that recovery rating and lucidity points right now. So update your
Yay.
character sheets and everything else. If you got in a full night's sleep, that number would be doubled. But you didn't because you're on watch and you're keeping active track. I want everyone to update those because, Bo, if we were playing in a normal campaign game, I would have given you a point of experience because that is your character and that is everything. What it does do, though, is if you look at your morality,
I have morality.
you
Oh,
do.
yes, I
If you
do.
look at
I
the
do,
morality
yes.
chart,
Yes, indeed.
that's all over there. I want you to increase your magnanimous by 1 point and lower your callousness.
Wow. The very first charitable maverick.
And additionally, I want you to, Matthew, pick odds or even.
Odds.
You've regained 2 points of lucidity as you're in your element right now. You're with your people.
Yeah, it's a pleasant
it's sort of-
distraction.
The horror from last night sort of abates a little bit more as you're feeling more of yourself now.
Undoubtedly, it's an addiction, and in other circumstances, this would be a terrible thing to be doing. But right now, this is what I need for my mental balm. This is my
I was gonna say,
brand.
we should go to balm.
I tell you, you make one joke and people beat that
Yeah,
horse.
and suddenly I
Terrible.
lose the lucidity again.
Wow, that must suck, Chris, when people take a joke and beat it to death when you're trying to do a recording. That must really be awful.
Unless they do it 3 times, then it's funny, Eddie.
Yeah.
What about 6
True.
times?
Rules of
is
comedy.
that
Funny
the rule of
again.
threes?
Yeah. In all, I'll lose $3 to this. I don't mind looking like a perennial loser if it's going to make a few people love the game a little more.
Okay. And the group of you land on Galveston. When you get to Galveston,
Wait,
it is beautiful. Yeah.
Sorry, I had a thing on the ship, if that's okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
I wanted to, wherever it is that the most people are gathered, just sing songs. And since it's a very international crowd, I have some Spanish and some Italian, and so can weave some songs of different languages and put out a hat and just, try to soothe my soul from last night and entertain the people, and maybe I'll
Are you
make
trying to
$1 or
earn
so,
money?
or the money's not the most important part of it. The money can be a happy byproduct of it.
Okay. I want you to raise your societal by 1 point and lower your isolationist by 1 point. And Arrow, odds or even?
I'm an odds girl.
You can raise your lucidity by 1 point because I switched them because I gave Matthew odds last time.
This is a place that is ripe for a little bit of heistery. A little bit of heistery. I mean, look, I've got 2 people who are distracting folks. Their cabins might be unattended while that's happening.
So you're primarily on a ship. The main cabin here is going to be the captain's cabin.
Oh,
would you like to visit the captain's cabin? Right. Everyone is distracted. People are working. Bo's gambling, drawing attention. Lola's doing her bit, drawing a whole bunch of people. James is being James, so he's being boring. What do you want to do?
He's adding waffle 12, yeah.
You know what? No, I don't have a reason to do it here.
Do it. Be the opposite of my magnanimity. Your callousness just shoots up.
I think.
How much cash do you have, Kat? You're going to a major city. You're going to a big city. Galveston's a major trade point. $9 is like nothing. And James is like dead poor.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big score while everybody's really, really distracted, but I definitely can't do it on my own, and I haven't prepped a heist with these folks. So without the preparation and without having come aboard sort of in a persona, it makes it more difficult to pull something off. I mean,
right.
Kat always is very much does the prep work before the heisting.
Yeah. Okay.
So she relies on her gang to pull it off. It's not just
Taking a
she's not a
enjoying an opportune moment. Yeah.
Well, Lola would have no problem with her distraction being used for such terms and could easily read signs from you about bigger, longer, if that would be helpful.
I mean, I think maybe when they're unloading the ship would be the place that would be the opportune spot, because that's where you can get cargo, and that's more the type of haul would be like to grab a really nice chest of goodies.
I am going to point out though, there are thoroughbred horses on board ship. There's an array of different things that you've seen, property and value wise. Leave it out there. Do what you want with that information. The group of you.
I mean, Chris, I'm gonna just put it to you. I'm trying to stay in tune with the Cat Baloo I know of lore wise, but
yeah, but this is also Cat Baloo post that.
Am I missing? Yeah, that's true.
So you can adjust as you'd like to. To give you a point, like Lola and Kat are after their movies. Bo is before he shows up in the TV series Maverick, just barely. And James is early into the Wild Wild West series. So all of your different points in your journeys. Because one of the reasons for Kat to be post her movie is that unfortunately that 60s movie has followed a lot of stereotypes. So no, well, she had to also like fall in love with the dude that was a total waste of a character. So I wanted that part removed if you didn't want to do it. So it's whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Valid. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's a place that's prime for the taking?
There are a couple aboard ship.
Okay,
well, you let me know what you want.
While Lola's doing her thing. Then okay, while Lola's doing her thing, I'll go ahead.
They're all distracted. James is on the port, like looking out towards Galveston. It looks beautiful. No one's paying attention to you, Kat. What would you like to do?
What's the best pick? What's the best pick out there?
If you're looking for something quick, it would probably be something from the captain's cabin. If you're looking to acquire items or in the horses or anything else, that would be when the ship's offloading, and you could possibly use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think
you're looking
offloading
to pickpocket people that I don't think that you want to do, you could wander around the ship and do that. But that's
it's not about pickpocketing. It's more about it would either be the captain's cabin or the offloading, but if Lola's not distracting during the offloading, that doesn't help me.
It makes it harder.
So I guess it's captain's cabin during the show. It has to be.
It is literally not locked.
I will.
When you walk in,
yeah.
Walk in. There's a bed. There's like plaques and stuff on the wall. There appears to be like a locked chest on one side. There's drawers. Everything inside the cabin. There's also what appears to be like a gun on the desk. There's a rifle on the wall. There are medals on the wall from his time in the Confederacy.
Oh yeah, no problem stealing from this guy. Whatever looks like it's going to be of most value and least easy to trace.
If you could pick a lock on the safe, that would be that would probably be the most valuable because it's physically locked. Otherwise, there's some cash around. There's like a watch here or there. There's some things like that.
Sure, let's go for it.
Safe?
Let's give it a shot. And right, I will burn.
Make me a lock picking roll.
I will burn 2 jacks to do so.
You pop it open, and in there, there's a ton of clothes that you see on a layer of clothes that's maybe almost up the tippy top. You top those off because you know that's a ploy. And in the bottom, there are these 2 beautiful Confederate gold bricks in the bottom of that chest. beautiful. Because
Yeah.
the Confederates had a lot of gold, and one of the things is that people wanted that, and so the captain looks like he has some of his loot from back then still.
Yeah, let's get that. And let's go ahead and lighten
You
his
slipped them in your
pockets
pouch.
a bit. Yeah. And if I will use I'll keep that in Bo's cabin. We can store that with Bo.
Okay.
Since Bo has the most likely alibi around it.
Awesome. The group of you make it to Galveston. This beautiful island. No one has noticed anything you've done. Takes you maybe an hour or two to get there, really. And you're on land. Where do you want to go? It's maybe, assuming you left early as possible, it's maybe like 8 a.m. Galveston's already full of life. There are people on the docks working. They're here doing everything else. People fishing, people unloading and loading items, people walking to and fro, people going to school, because Galveston also has the Freedmen bureaus that came in and they built up schools and removed all tuition for people.
I think Lola was looking for a library, right? Yeah.
So Lola, are you going to the
Lola and I
library,
are
or
gonna go
is
do some
Kat
research,
and Lola
right?
going to the library? Okay. The
And I
two of
guess
them
Bo
go
and I can-
wander off towards the library, I'm assuming asking for directions. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you find yourself at we'll call it the Galveston Library for shorthand. What specifically are you trying to research while you're there? Essentially, research is a 4-hour block of time for each research roll that you make. Unless some of you
I think I
have...
can. Yeah.
Yes, Jen?
I can make that easier. I can speed that up because I have notes. I have an ability called I Have Notes because I am a know-it-all, which means that research calls require half the normal time.
So while you two are working together, all of your research calls are going to essentially be 2-hour blocks instead of 4-hour blocks of time. What would you like to look into?
Oh, well, I feel like people tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like the only, well, two things. We know that somehow this is connected to James Bryant, and he had this collection of ledgers for ship activity in and out of Galveston, and trying to perhaps survey those and see why he had them, what he was looking for. Yeah, those are the two things that I come up with.
I think also the Order of Demetrius, and Library of Alexandria, perhaps we can add to that list.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the Library of Alexandria. Yeah.
Those would be 3 different roles. So that's essentially going to be 6 hours. Since you're working together, I'm going to give you 2 options that you can take. The first option is I will let Lola assist Kat, essentially giving you a plus 20% to your skill roll. Or I will let Lola's assistant to Kat be that Kat, you get to re-roll your own base skill roll.
What do you think?
Do you understand the difference? All right. I'll let you two think about that, because those are very different things for the system, because the more jacks you earn, the more information you get. But if you don't make the roll, I'll give you size in a second. Bo and James, Kat and Lola go, library, and disappear.
I think we will head to the office and check that out, as we have the keys.
Okay.
You'll never guess what I found in my cabin, James.
What did you find in your cabin, Bo?
I would have told you about that. That would be clear what was happening there, and I would know what they were worth, so you couldn't.
Sure, you may not have told James that, but
cheat me on it.
Never guess what I gambled away. Yeah. It seems
I
Cat.
had 2 gold bricks, now they're gone. It's weird.
It seems Cat was busy acquiring my Confederate pension.
So,
Oh, that's good.
who has the gold bars? Just for my own point of reference. There are 2 gold bars. Who has them right now?
I wouldn't trust me with them.
So they're with you,
Just to
Kat.
advise
Is
you.
that correct?
Well, no, I mean, I would have had them. I would have.
Why don't you leave them with us that you guys are doing research? We can probably get
Yeah, 'cause
them.
I wouldn't want to be carrying
sold.
those around
Okay.
town.
Maybe a
James?
trip to a bank. I'm sure.
James and Bo, who are said gold bars on?
All right, James, you have one. I have one.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Thank you. And they both do have Confederate markings on them. That's how you know they're Confederate gold. The 2 of you make your way over to the assessor's office. It's like in downtown Galveston. As you're walking through and everything else, it takes you a while to get there. Galveston itself is about 30-ish mile. It's like a 30-ish mile island, and it's like 3 miles across essentially. And you make your way to the assessor's office up to the 2nd floor. The door is of course locked. It has like assessors, Lucian Wright.
Well, that's the name.
Assume that
Inside.
Kat gave you the key.
Mm-hmm.
When you push it open, on the far wall, the first thing that you see as soon as you walk in, assuming I can find my handouts thing so I can do this while I'm vamping for time, is there is a massive new different map on the assessor's wall with pins in it. If you want to look at the Galveston 1868 map that I've dropped inside of the player's handouts, that is the map that you see. It is a closer, zoomed in version of Galveston, broken down into different wards and a grid system.
Right. Okay.
And for people that are curious, Chris, love a good map. Love a good map. Unbelievably. And I got super excited looking for maps of Galveston in 1868. Side note.
Right. And for the other people listening, it looks like this is, as Chris says, a top-down map. There are different wards around the city. Looks like they're numbered 1 through 10, in a clockwise fashion or counterclockwise fashion, I should say. So, starts at 2, then makes its way around as opposed to across.
Yes, and several businesses of note or business owners of note are named on the map, though there are certain blocks that are without names, either going to be residential or open to business or homes of temporary businesses. So yeah, it's a nicely detailed map for the era, that's for sure. I'll point out the Ursuline Convent in the southwest. Let's avoid that place. Last time I ran into a nun, I was almost sent straight to hell.
Almost.
So you do notice there are roughly 10 pins in the map. One of them is in the Baptist church, another one's in the synagogue, another one's actually in an old school armory, and there's some other ones scattered all around. There are 2 or 3 that are closer to the waterfront too.
And
this is interesting. In the corner, the writing says the central part on a large scale, and there's a small note that says only the buildings of a public nature and those of subscribers are indicated on this plan.
Very good.
Interesting.
Data protection in the 1860s.
You laugh. This is like the authentic map from the Historical Society, and you'd be amazed what they give you if you ask for it.
I mean, no,
Nice.
this is it makes perfect sense that essentially it acts as a form of advertisement. This is Yellow Pages before Yellow Pages. You say, you want to be on our map? Pay us, join our society. So yes, of this array of 10 pins, knowing that we're not going to be able to explore every single one of them, is there any kind of pattern? Now, Bo isn't the deepest of thinkers, so he is looking for something fairly obvious. You mentioned several religious buildings, but they're not all places of worship. So
No.
either is there basically a visual pattern here? Are we looking at a inverted star? Yes.
Right.
There is not. It is scattered around. The closest two, and I mentioned them specifically first, were like that Baptist church and synagogue. They're literally next to each other. There are 3 or 4 along the shoreline, and the rest of them are scattered throughout town. There is no visible pattern to them. Can
Interesting.
Bo and James make me what is going to be, and you two make observation calls, and I'm going to make a stealth roll.
No
And it's an
apparent reason.
opposed roll. Ooh, that's a great roll, Chris.
Oh, that is not.
I do okay. I get a 25 out of 55.
I failed 79 over 60.
So how an opposed roll works is we're all going to roll, and essentially whoever gets the most jacks is going to win. So James is
I'm on
already out of the
3.
contest.
I've got 3 jacks.
Bo acquired 3. I acquired 5, so I am the winner. So I get to have whatever's happened is going to happen. What I'm looking for while I'm talking is this picture right here, so I can drop it into the chat for the players. The door is kicked open, and you see that man standing, and he shoots at both of you. And you hear him say, "Die, bastard!"
Don't like that.
In Virginia, we introduce ourselves with a "How do you do?"
And you see he kicks out the door and goes, "Blam, blam," and shoots from the pistol at both of you. That's a hit.
Wow.
James, you take 10 points of damage. Gumption subtracts from this.
Yep. Thank God.
Bo, you take 6 points of damage.
Physically speaking, how does this manifest? Is it basically bullets cutting into us and taking out a chunk of flesh? Is it...
So he kicks open the door. You see that he shoots James almost squarely in the chest, like a bullet slams all in his chest. He hits you like in the upper arm, and it sort of hits and whizzes through. So your gumption is going to subtract that damage before you take it in your actual vitality.
Well, I prefer to put these people down with a witty remark, so I will try. I've got this ability here, bite and remark.
Now we enter initiative, because that was a surprise round since he won that with you.
Yep.
So can both of you roll me initiative? It's a D10 plus your initiative modifier.
Okay.
Oh, that was a crappy roll.
8.
9.
Seconds. Bo, you're first. You see kicks through the door, goes blam blam. Bo, what would you like to do? He has a deep accent, by the way.
A deep South accent, did you say?
Southern.
Okay, I'd like to go for the bite in
you
remark.
bastards. How's that?
It was like I was there. So I'm going to go for my bite in remark ability, which comes with being a huckster. It may not be the most efficient or effective, but my intention here is basically what I can do, if this works, is inflict 1d4 lucidity damage with a successful subterfuge call. Scored jacks increase the damage by 1 point, spend 1 grit to add plus 1d4 damage or target an additional character. My intention here, because I got 3 jacks earlier, so I'm going to add some, and I will also be adding grit, but I'll get to that, is I'm going to be calling out, "Your gun's empty, fool!" Because I'm trying to fool him, and hopefully make him look down for long enough for James to get a clean shot or incapacitate him.
Oh, love it. All right, make me the call.
All right, so it needs a subterfuge roll. I will be spending 3 jacks in advance. So that
plus 30%.
So I've got a subterfuge of 91, which is excessive, one could say.
Just to correct them out.
Well, let's see how you roll first, Matthew, before we get all
Do I
Title
need
of
to
the
spend grit?
episode is Excessive Subterfuge.
Yes.
Yes, we didn't have to steal the gold bars from the Confederacy. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. Do I need to spend this grit before or after the roll just to check for
Grit you can
damage?
spend after the roll.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's roll. Oh, that's a good roll. Okay, we're looking at 33.
Wow.
So that's a double. That's a double, and it is under 91. So that is going to be 8 jacks.
So,
He
Matthew,
explodes.
Yes.
just stop. So, to make you feel better,
There comes a time in any game where I'm a player where the GM says that.
essentially,
stop.
you're going to roll 2d4. This is before you spend a jack that you can increase it to 4d4 at that point in time. I'm doubling your jacks because it was a crit. So that's 16 jacks. Is that what I got? Plus 44.
Okay, that's
You don't have to spend your grit point.
that's absurd.
You see with your incredible roll, he seems like stunned. My gun's not it. What? Drops his gun and stares at you in an absolute stupor, unable to process what's going on while you're just talking to him while he's trying to shoot you. Utterly stunned. Drops guns like what? What?
I'll turn to James with a sort of I didn't think that would happen.